Welcome, fans, to the PW Fan. The PW Fan is a podcast created by fans for the fans, and we appreciate you listening to episode 204. I'm your host, the Architect of Pro Wrestling Podcast, Andy.
I'm also host of No Sun Resident Indie Fan and football lover, Jeremy.
Before we get started, please follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at the PW Fan. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I post a TikTok a day for 3 days after a pod. So I guess it starts Wednesday. I usually start Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll post something on TikTok. Instagram, I don't really post anything. I just share stories.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say on TikTok, you know, everyone, other people have already done it, but let us know if you think we're wrong or you disagree with anything that we say.
Why? What's going on?
No, I'm just like, I've seen it a few times where like we're talking and then people were like,
the big one was like the coach when we talked about
yeah, we don't listen to Coachman anymore. that person was not happy.
Like, you're right. Look, I never, when we say stuff, like, sometimes we're just reporting. It's not our opinion.
Yeah,
we're just
sometimes.
like, he said this. Not that I agree with him.
Yeah.
Trying to be non-biased, but we always are.
Yeah, we're not.
At least when it comes to certain wrestlers.
Yeah.
Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about, obviously, the WWE Elimination Chamber, PLE. I almost said pay-per-view.
PLE. Still hate that.
I know. We all do.
Pay-per-view sounds so bad.
And then AEW-wise, I mean, there's no pay-per-views or anything coming up. But it feels like some stories are brewing.
AEW does have Revolution. Is it?
It's coming.
It's in 2 weekends. It's 17th.
Really? It's that quickly? Okay.
Yeah, so it's not this weekend. The 17th? No, not the 17th. 15th. Sorry.
Okay.
In 2 weekends.
All right. Well, that's what we're ramping up for. So let's get started with Dynamite. Jon Moxley versus El Clone open up the show. Well, I mean, that was the first match, but technically opened up with promos.
No, he's opened up the show. Moxley's opened up the show, I think, the past like 3 times now for Dynamite.
The show actually opened up with, promos backstage from Babes of Wrath, Mega Bad, FTR, and the Young Bucks ahead of their matches later in the night. So, yeah, opening match, Jon Moxley defeated El Clone by pinning him with a paradigm shift. I don't know why you would think El Clone would have won, but
no, I do. It's like interesting whenever like a heel wrestler has like more of like a high flying sort of moveset, because it's like you kind of like you want to cheer that like when you're there, so it's hard to get like the boos. But
I don't know if you do what I do, but I look up who Hologram is, who El Clone is under the mask, what they look like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, because this is a new gimmick for them, and so like if they were in CMLL or any other company,
that's true.
Some of their gimmicks before weren't a mask.
Do you know who is El Clone?
I mean, no one that like I knew of before.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and like I couldn't tell. Even if I said it, you'd be like, I don't know who that is. Then we had a promo from Swerve. This was good. First was a video recapping Swerve's attack on Kenny. Then Prince Nana introduced the quote-unquote most dangerous man. Swerve stood on the announce table and declared that he was done living with regrets and would do whatever it takes to get back the men's world championship. Didn't he say something about like, maybe someone else said it in a promo, but talking about world's dangerous man, or the world's dangerous man is actually Brody King, or wasn't there something like that? Brody King claims
that was another promo, but I think probably Kenny said that to Swerve.
Gotcha. So this was a couple weeks ago then. Okay.
Yeah, this was just Swerve doing a promo.
Excalibur confirmed that Swerve was fined $100,000 and suspended from Collision. Nana would laugh about the fine. Then after that, backstage, speaking of Brody King, he promised to face Swerve after dealing with Mark Davis.
Brody King, I was going to say Brody King, I feel like, especially since he had that little feud with MJF, I feel like he's more popular than ever before.
You know what I think wrestling companies should do, and I've always thought this, is
What's that?
like break it up into seasons, and like
Yeah,
you push a couple guys for like one season, and then like you try
yeah.
out and try to like push other guys and like make ones that were say Nick Carter's like top, and then you
Hmm.
really throughout the year can feed like who actually like was took the
Yeah, the
baton and
actual
ran with
top.
it.
Yeah, yeah, because it almost feels like like Brody King was never pushed like that high before, really. Another was it Bandito as well, and now who was
Like
it?
this week
Kevin Knight.
was Kevin Knight, yeah,
Yeah, Kevin Knight. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, he's the next one that's going to
yeah.
push, and I was like, oh, this. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of working for some of them. It's just a
I mean,
matter
Kevin
of like
Knight showed
keeping
up
up.
like 2 or 3 times on Collision.
Yeah, yeah. He had like another segment with MJF, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
I like
Gabe
it.
Kidd had a match with Orange Cassidy. Cassidy came out showing a missing poster for Rick Strong, offering a $15 gift card for information. Gabe Kidd ended up, well, once the match got started, the finish was he hit a pile driver. Afterwards, Clark Connors came out to do more damage, but Darby Allin ran them both off. I just looked up why can't I remember who Clark Connors is dating? Tekla.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Clark
Clark
Connors
Connors,
dates Tekla. Um, all right.
women's
Speaking of
champion.
Kevin Knight made quick work of Mansoor, winning with the UFO splash. Then called a shot guaranteeing that Hangman Page will beat MJF at Revolution, and declares that he wants the first world title shot. This would come up later. But speaking of MJF, Hangman, they settle on the Texas Death Match for Revolution. MJF came out, proposed a coin toss between Texas Death Match and a one-sided DQ match, which I think he's done before, right? Or has tried to,
Yeah, they've
where
tried to.
he
Yeah,
can do whatever he wants, the other side can't. He
yeah.
quote unquote won, but refused to show the coin and tried to leave, even though the camera like zoomed in on it. But they wanted to see the other side of the coin. It ended up being double-sided. Jet Speed and Brodito forced him back in the ring. They came out, stopped him at the top of the ramp, where the one-sided coin was exposed. Tony Khan
Yeah.
officially declared the stipulation a Texas death match. I will say before earlier in the segment, MJF noted that it's the second time he's ensured someone could never challenge for the world title again,
Yeah.
referencing which me and Tim were actually at this pay-per-view when MJF threw in the towel for Cody
Was
Rhodes
it?
at Full Gear in Baltimore.
Oh,
It was the
Full
first
Gear.
Full
That's right.
Gear,
Yeah.
first Full Gear in Baltimore against Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes.
And the main event was the lights out match, wasn't it?
Mox and Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
It was
crazy
the
match
one
too.
that I think they were supposed to have, but then Mox got sick. Mox got like MRSA or something
Yeah, yeah,
and had to be pushed forward, and we ended up seeing it.
yeah. That was a crazy period.
Yeah. The Brawling Birds cut a pre-taped promo vowing to go through anyone to reach the Women's World Tag Team Championships. And speaking of, titles retained in this match, Babes of Wrath and some Mega Bad. So Penelope Ford hit a Asai moonsault. Poor Harley Cameron, man. People really went after her because she kind of stepped out of the way. Not kind of. I mean,
Yeah,
she did. She
yeah.
stepped.
She did.
She did. And I guess Penelope, like, she would have landed on her feet, but it would have been like an easier. And
Mm-hmm.
so she had a bad
Ease the
landing,
fall.
had to be helped to the back. With Ford gone, Lena Cross ran in, attacked with the title belt, drawing the disqualification. Cross and Bane then beat down the champions while Bane posed with the TBS championship. Then we had Mark Davis, Brody King. Brody King finished with a lariat. He then called out Swerve for a Revolution. Swerve and Nana watched backstage. It looks like they accepted it. Bane also issued a challenge, and Andrade El Idolo answered. So maybe they'll
I'm
have a
looking
match
forward to
at
that one.
Revolution. Yeah. they teased it a little bit more on Collision. Kyle Fletcher was interviewed backstage and dismissed Ciampa's challenge, and then Kazuchika Okada would show up and propose that Proto-Kata team up on Collision, which they did. But the main event was Mile High Madness, Jack Perry, Young Bucks, and the Rascals.
This was basically. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Basically,
I was gonna say it's basically Anarchy in the Arena, but on Dynamite.
Yeah, so they defeated FTR and the Demand. So FTR and the Demand jumped Perry before the bell while his music was playing, and it kept playing for a little bit.
It was like 2 or 3 times. Yeah,
it spilled over the arena, stadium stampede style, before eventually settling near the ring. Perry finished Ricochet with a Young Bucks assisted running knee for the win. That was Dynamite.
That was a fun match, though. It was like kind of unexpected. I feel like I didn't think they were going to do like a whole Anarchy in the Arena on a Dynamite, but it worked.
The music though just keeps going. I always shake my head.
You don't like the music thing?
No, never have.
Especially there's Jungle Boys music, and everyone's doing like the hand thing, and meanwhile people are getting put through tables and everything.
It just doesn't match up with what's going on.
Yeah, though I did like when during the pay-per-view when they did it, when the bodies hit the floor song.
Okay, I mean that was fine.
Okay,
but it's because they usually
the whole crowd.
They usually just do it with someone's entrance music.
Yeah, I know. But okay. I did like the vacuum spot just because it was like cool, like visual when he hit I forget who in the head with it and it exploded.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun match overall. I don't like the music. All right, Collision, opening segment. We talked about this a little bit. MJF and Kevin Knight face off. MJF came to the ring demanding Tony Khan come out, change the Texas Deathmatch stipulation for Revolution. Kevin Knight, this was the start of his many appearances, interrupted, calling MJF a crybaby and saying that he dresses better, has more swag, and might be a better world champion. Also called his Burberry scarf fake, if I'm not mistaken. And MJF was like, oh, really? He responded by calling Knight an ignorant and arrogant child, then announced Kevin Knight versus MJF for the AEW World title on Dynamite in El Paso next week. He told him, you're not the future, hell, you're not even the now. And after I'm through with you, little buddy, all you're going to be is history. It was a good segment. Collision's got better, I'll have to say.
So much better, I feel like, and it has fans there. Yeah. They don't have that issue anymore, I feel like. But I was going to say for MJF, I feel like, I don't know if it's because of the pay-per-view, but I feel like if Hangman's going to win at the pay-per-view again, that I feel like they're just doing all this defensive for MJF until then, like to, show he defended it and have these feuds while he can with it, the title.
I mean, yeah, he's defending it a lot more than he ever has. Like, yeah, he used to like MJF wouldn't even wrestle. Like,
no, most of the time, yeah.
Because his whole shtick was like, I don't have to. Right.
Yeah, and that was a whole thing for a while, and that's why I'm also like, I don't know, like Hangman has to win at the pay-per-view, right? Because they're not going to do that again
unless they bring in another title.
That's crazy, though. Like that other title's not going to be up at the World Championship title.
I just wouldn't put it past Tony. That's all.
I know.
All right, Death Riders defeat Don Callis family 8-man tag. Pac Wheeler, Daniel Garcia, Claudio versus Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, Josh Alexander, and Lance Archer. The crowd was chanting to Josh Alexander, "Take your hat off." No, never mind. I just realized Yuta. It was Yuta.
Yuta, because it shaved his head.
Yuta finished Romero with a Busaku knee. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
For the pin. After the match, Takeshita came out with a mic, immediately brawled with Moxley. Both factions tried to separate them, but the fight spilled out before Marina Shafir pulled Moxley to the back. We had a cool vignette. I didn't know their history, but a vignette aired before this match. Ciampa called this his first step back to the TNT title. Jay Lethal said his ROH World title win over Ciampa was what made him the franchise of ROH. So they played a vignette of like their old matches
Yeah, it's pretty cool to
I
see.
didn't even know Ciampa was that big in ROH. To be
I
honest,
didn't know either.
I thought he was just like a pro wrestling gorilla guy.
Yeah, yeah, I had no idea. I didn't even know they went all the way back like that too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, well, I guess it makes sense. I mean, him and Mark had a history. Jay Lethal and
Yeah,
Mark had a history.
it's a whole like Ring of Honor class of
Yeah.
what that year, whatever that year was.
It's basically the class after like Danielson, I guess,
Yeah, like
and
Punk and Danielson.
maybe Rollins,
Yeah,
or maybe
maybe
Rollins was there at the same time. I don't know.
he was in that.
The swirl interfered throughout the match. Ciampa finished Lethal with a knee strike and a running knee for the win. Then we had a squash match: Brawling Birds versus Gypsy McIntyre. Rusami.
I don't know.
Rusami.
Rusami?
Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor finished with the two birds, one stone finisher for the win. Then the Inspiration appeared in a segment. Are they signed now, or are they just having their first ever? Well, they said that they had a match in Australia.
Yeah, I think they're signs.
Okay. Well, last time I saw them was like TNA.
Oh,
But they used to be the Iconics in
yeah,
WWE.
yeah. Hmm.
Cassie Lee, I think, is married to Sean Spears.
Hmm.
Just little fun facts. They said the Brawling Birds tried to steal their thunder, and they challenged them to a match on Dynamite this coming week. A $200,000 four-way tag match was announced for next week's live collision. The Swirl, Private Party Outrunners, and Roosh and Dralistic. Then we had Proto Kata defeating Top Flight. Fletcher finished with a sheer drop brainbuster for the win. Afterwards, after the match, Fletcher got the mic declaring Proto Kata the greatest champions in AEW history. Here's number 2. Jet Speed interrupted Speedball Mike Bailey, reminded them he beat Fletcher, and Knight beat Okada. Okada fired back, said they never beat Proto Okada as a team. Knight called his shot once again. After beating MJF, he wants Okada for his first title defense. Bailey challenged Fletcher, Speedball Mike Bailey challenged Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title. Also proposed that Jet Speed plus a Don Callis family member for the Trios title shot. Tony Storm defeated Zeta Steel. She's kind of just appeared on TV, I feel like, lately.
Tony Storm?
Zeta Steel.
Oh, yeah.
And this was Tony Storm's first singles match since January.
I think so.
She was doing a lot of mixed tags. Storm Zero for the win. After the match, Maria Shafir attacked Storm, who fought back and took her
that's
down.
the part.
Yeah. Then Yuta ran out. Storm pulled Yuta's hat off, and he scrambled out of the ring through the crowd.
His face when she took it off, like it was like a cartoon moment.
And then Tony Storm put his hat on.
Yeah.
All right, Thunder Rosa and Chris Stylander teamed up, defeated Sisters of Sin. Stat hit the Saturday Night Fever on Hart. Rosa tagged in, planted Hart, and got the pin. After the match, Tekla came out, cut a promo on Rosa ahead of their title match on Dynamite in El Paso, which Rosa will be the favorite because it's El Paso, if I remember her history. Telling her, I don't fight to win, I fight to kill. You retire already. And then the main event was Andrade El Idolo facing Tomohiro Ishii for the first time ever. He defeated him. They traded forearms and headbutts before Andrade hit his finishing sequence for the win, keeping his momentum building toward a Revolution showdown with Bandito, who would come out at the end and have a stare down.
I love Andrade's. Well, I don't even know what to call it, but like that one where he goes for like the kick, and then the guy blocks it and he turns with the elbow.
Yep.
That's like one of my favorite moves.
What do you think about his gimmick now that he's single? He's like always
some
woman man. Yeah, some woman man.
I just like the first time I was like, is this real? And then afterwards, like now I just think it's funny.
All right, so before we get to WWE, I'm going to play this clip from Michael Hayes on Undertaker's pod. Hopefully we don't get flagged or anything.
This like about Chelsea Green?
It's about Chelsea Green. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it only played part of it because I came up with my own timestamp of when to start it. So
Okay.
Why? Now, Chelsea is amazingly talented and amazingly entertaining. Mm-hmm. She can handle anything. But that's the role she's in right now. Not necessarily her fault. No, not necessarily her fault, but to her credit, she knows her role and she does it and she plays it with a smile.
So before Taker talks, Taker wanted to address his comments from Real. So then Taker will come in with his 2 cents, is what I really wanted to play.
Yeah.
I'll just say I'll put my 2 cents in. I think she's underutilized. I agree. I think she, without a doubt, with just a hair more mean streak, I think she could be. I think she could be a top player. She has that thing, that it thing. She does have the it factor. She has the it factor, and I think there's a lot of great things coming for that young lady. I'm a big fan of hers. I am too, believe it or not. Well, yeah, I mean, can't tell really. But hey, there's certain organizations around that know how to use her.
I think talking about AAA though, because they use her.
I mean, you got to go south of the border. You got to go south of the border. I'm just saying. No, I was just curious because that's got a lot of attention.
I agree with him. I think maybe that mean streak though can be done if they were to like the hot mess thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty easy because Chelsea Green was always a really good worker.
Every time I see her on TV, I'm just like, it like bothers me that she's not like in the role that like I see her being.
Which is crazy to say. Like Michael Hayes say, be like, yeah, I know she's great and everything. I'm like, you guys don't push her at all. Like you can keep saying that she's great, but you don't do it then.
It's like I know you have to know how to like act somewhat. I feel like she just acts great. Like,
yeah. Also, the crazy thing for Michael Hayes to say is like she knows her role, sort of thing. Being like she knows what she's there for. I'm like, wow, that's really give like a vote of confidence to someone. But I agree with Taker.
I hope I'm right. Like next year she wins the Rumble or something. Like that'd be cool. Okay, but yeah, I wanted to play that clip because when I was listening, I was like, I want to pick their brains about it. But I think we're all in agreement about Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Raw opening segment. Gunther interrupted Corey Graves and Michael Cole at the top of the show, taking exception to the main event of the night, which is the tribute to AJ Styles. Adam Pearce ordered him out. Ring general left under protest, only for Dragon Lee to attack him for the second time in a couple weeks. After they were separated backstage, Cody Rhodes appeared, made his way to the ring for the opening segment, the quote-unquote scheduled opening segment. Vision, led by Paul Heyman, interrupted before he could speak. They cut a pretty generic promo leading to the arrival of Jey Uso and the opening match, which was the elimination qualifier. Jey Uso defeating Bronson Reed and Original Grande Americano. As we know, if you've been paying attention, this was not supposed to happen.
No.
I don't know what bad juju is out there, but Jey Uso, okay, so it was a triple threat match. At one point, Bronson Reed appeared to suffer a wrist or forearm injury that required medical attention. So then it basically came down to Uso and Americano. I think an audible was called. Jey hit a spear and delivered an Uso splash to pick up for the win. Now, they kind of made up for this on SmackDown at the time.
Yeah.
People were pissed. They revealed that Bronson Reed did suffer torn by Seth. All right, so Seth Rollins goes down. And Braun Breaker, and they're like, all right. So everything that we're going to talk about later obviously was meant for Braun Breaker.
So also was Bronson Reed then supposed to win this match in the chamber?
And I think he was supposed to be the spot in the chamber.
In that spot.
And then he went down, and then you're left with like, poor Seth is probably like, what the hell, guys?
He's like, what why am I doing this?
Yeah. So we'll talk about the Chamber and what happened. Liv Morgan makes her WrestleMania decision finally. She came out with Dominic Mysterio, revealed that she was going to challenge Stephanie Vaquer. This is after Jade already comes out too for a second. Called out both champions. Yeah, Liv Morgan apologized to Vaquer, then blasted her with the microphone, beat her down, and left her lying after an oblivion. Natty had a match with Maxine. I said vaccine. Maxine Dupree.
Maxine Dupree.
This ended in referee stoppage after the match was taken. Well, Natty attacked her from the opening bell, took the match to the floor, sent Dupree face first in the ring post, knocked her out, and then unloaded basically back of the head till the referee called the bell.
Yeah.
This was interesting. Brock Lesnar's segment. I don't know if it's we don't know what to do with him, but their logic kind of made sense. So I'll talk through that. So for the first time since his elimination from the Rumble, Brock came to the ring with Paul Heyman. Some of these notes I had to write in. Heyman claimed WrestleMania used to have 2 main events. It was the last match and the Undertaker. I wrote Undertaker match. But since Brock is the one that beat Undertaker and Mania has 2 nights, it now has 3 main events. So that's the final matches and the Brock match is what Heyman's saying. So he introduced Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania Open Challenge, and then said no one would dare accept it before tossing the mic and leaving the ring. Who do you think? Who do you think accepts?
LA Knight, because that's what they were planning, and he doesn't have anything else.
Gunther,
but
who's Gunther? Gunther had a match. Who's he gonna?
That's true. He doesn't have a match either. What are they doing for this card? Well, no one has matches.
I'll tell you one thing: the winner of the Chamber, I did not.
No, I didn't expect that either.
I don't see it just going those 2, but all right.
Yeah, you can keep kind of making a list though. I just realized that Gunther also doesn't have one.
Yeah. If you're thinking about people that need a match, Gunther retires 3 people in 1 year. Doesn't have a match at Mania.
Crazy.
Javon Evans had a match against Kofi Kingston. OG cut for the win. Then we had the CM Punk promo ahead of his match. This was a weird promo. It was a promo with the theme of what if, echoing Finn Balor's earlier promo, while admitting he does not deal in what ifs because they are not rooted in reality. He teased punching Roman Reigns in the face next week in Indianapolis, which was last night as we're recording this, and reiterated that he is the best, ending with a mic throw. We got our final women's qualifier. Raquel Rodriguez defeated Io Sky and Kairi Sane, planting Sane with the Tahana Bomb for the win and earning her spot in the Chamber. And then we had this tribute to AJ Styles. I loved it. Being a fan.
Yeah, why couldn't they do something like this for Cena?
They did a whole year, that's why.
Yeah, this was better than the whole year.
AJ Styles took to the ring to address the WWE Universe one last time. He recalled his time in TNA with Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Frankie Kazarian, his time in New Japan with Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, thanked his wife and children at ringside, revealed the reason he didn't leave his gloves at the Rumble was because he wanted to bring them back to Atlanta and leave them at home. Before we get to the last bullet point, they had some fun things backstage. They showed Gallows and Anderson with Michin. They showed Kazarian, Abyss dressed up.
Yeah,
that was the first. It was crazy to see Abyss on WWE TV.
I know.
I mean, obviously we know he works there, but
but seeing the character on TV,
it's a little different.
It's
So as he took his final bow, the roster spilled onto the stage applauding him. I don't know if he knew about that, but he didn't know about the next thing. I don't think the lights dimmed. Undertaker came out, music hit, rode his bike down. Made his way to the ring. I almost thought for a second he was gonna be one more match in an actual ring, but he surprised AJ with being the latest inductee in the 2026 Hall of Fame. 2 things: they don't make this man headline.
Oh my god!
Because they haven't said he's headlining yet.
Yeah, they didn't say anyone yet.
So all I know right now, maybe they announced more than I thought last night, is Stephanie, AJ, and Demolition.
What if they put Triple H?
Who
He's
ducks
like,
Stephanie?
this is my night.
Vince comes out and ducks Stephanie.
That'd be crazy. I don't know, Stephanie.
Shane.
Maybe Triple H.
Maybe. Shane.
You know, Shane. Yeah. But then who inducts AJ?
I have
Cena?
options. If we're strictly sticking only allowed in WWE,
Yeah.
I think the rumor is Cena.
Yeah. Who would you want throughout this whole career?
Or the Good Brothers do it together.
Yeah, they could do it. Yeah.
I would love being a fan of AJ and TNA. I would love a Christopher Daniels or Samoa Joe be allowed to come and do it. But
yeah, I was thinking Samoa Joe would be the one.
Could have Abyss, you could have Kazarian if you're only working with TNA people.
Yeah.
But I can see the Good Brothers doing it if Cena can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I am 90% sure it's gonna be Cena if it's not him or if anyone else. But also,
the second thing? Do you think that people think they did this to make him not go to AEW? Then there's a podcast with him and the Good Brothers and Frank Kazarian. And he's made it seem like he's no, I'm done. But
yeah, he said he's no, I'm done wrestling forever, and I don't know. I'm curious to see when he gets done with WWE completely, after the Hall of Fame. I think he's going to do some teaching or whatever for wrestling and stuff. But other than that, I'm just I don't know. Maybe he might see AEW still and want to do it. But I kind of wish it was more that he would want to do it because especially with a Kenny match, it'd be great. But
that's just. I think they were talking about it on the podcast. It's as a wrestling fan, you want it.
Yeah.
And then as his friend, it's
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's tough.
So, but we'll have to see who inducts him. But Cena's schedule, who knows if he'll be able to. All right. So, I just have a quick. Did the Masked Man come out on SmackDown? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have things to say about that. All right.
Fucking Masked Man.
Because I know who both of them are.
They did not do another Masked Man for a good year.
Well, I know who the Masked Man, the first Masked Man at the Elimination Chamber was, and I know who the Masked Man was on Friday. But I can't say who they are until we say what happened in the chamber. All right, let's SmackDown. Before the show began, WWE ran an angle showing Jey Uso unconscious backstage after an apparent attack. This is how they made up for it. Thank God. When the show went live, he was being loaded into an ambulance. Jacob Fatu went with him. Drew McIntyre came to the ring, denied being Jay's attacker. Nick Aldis came out and ordered him to his office. Can we just get Nick Aldis versus Drew already?
I know. What are they building this for? It needs to be at WrestleMania, I think, but I don't know how they're going to do this. Drew's champion.
Cody Rhodes came out looking for a fight. Drew said he would gain nothing from it. Rhodes said McIntyre has been running from him in his entire reign as champion. Randy Orton showed up saying his only concern is winning the chamber. Trick Williams arrived. Dude's so over. It's crazy. Followed by Javon Evans. Then LA Knight and Williams began fighting and headed backstage. Randy nailed Evans with an RKO before staring down Cody. Then we had Asuka, Kyrie, and Tiffany Stratton backstage segment that led Tiffany challenging Asuka to a match. It was a loaded opening. Uncle Howdy defeated Solo Sikoa. Howdy hit his sister Abigail for a clean win. Reclaimed.
Is that feud going to be done?
You hope, right? He reclaimed the lantern. Well, I guess not. Only for the MFTs to attack and steal it again. So Had to know. Asuka wanted to stay fresh for the chamber, so Kairi Sane took her place in this match. Chelsea Green and Alba Fire watched from commentary. After Sane accidentally took out Green, Stratton hit the prettiest moonsault ever for the pin and the win. Paul Heyman, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory showed up backstage pitching that Logan replaces Jay in the chamber. Nick Aldis said he would make some calls. Jacob Fatu returned from the hospital, told Aldis he believed Drew attacked Jay and requested to be in the chamber himself, which a match would then get made for later. Obafemi and The Miz. The Miz grabbed the mic, tried to talk his way out of the match that was made last week. Miz kind of tricked himself into getting it. Pitched himself as a mentor to Femi. Darula asked the crowd if he should join forces with The Miz. With a resounding no, Femi countered the skull-crushing finale, threw Miz across the ring before hitting the fall from grace for a quick win. The Miz is always everyone's first.
He is.
Everything.
It's because they trust him. I think he's safe.
Watch him on Taker's Pod. That's a really good episode too. It just aired the other week. They talk about getting kicked out of the locker room and stuff, and take letting him back in. I was gonna call him Taker, and then I remembered like people on his pods calling him Take. I guess you were close when you called him Take.
Take.
Michael Hayes will call Triple H Trips.
Trips, yeah.
It's not last thing. All right. Nick Aldis booked Logan Paul versus Jacob Fatu for the open chamber spot. Heyman was upset, but Logan Paul said he was up for it. Ilya Dragunov was shown, saying he doesn't feel like he deserves another U.S. title shot right now. And that led to this U.S. title open challenge. Carmelo Hayes defeating Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona answered the challenge. Pretty good back and forth. Cardona wasn't buried. He sold a left arm injury throughout. Carmelo Hayes was able to get the win to retain his title. Shook hands, showed respect. It was nice to see WWE finally doing something of substance with Cardona, but get him away from Apollo Crews ASAP.
Oh my God! Of course, I didn't know Apollo Crews is still there.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, I didn't know he was either until he came back from injury. I was like, I thought they let him.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace defeated Candice LeRae. LeRae practically had to force Johnny Gargano to accompany her to the ring. As soon as the bell rang, Grace took LeRae down and started beating on her. Gargano got up and started walking away, which distracted LeRae long enough for Jordan Grace to hit a pump handle suplex for the win. I forgot to delete this grading. All right, Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Lash Legend was able to pin Rhea and win the tag titles for her and Jax. Lash Legend's first WWE title ever. And then we had Logan Paul, Jacob Fatu, the final spot in the Elimination Chamber. The Masked Man would show up, super kicked Theory, who was taken out by Paul, and unmasked. Nobody had seen this guy before. I'll tell you about him in a little bit. McIntyre then showed up and attacked Jacob Fatu while the ref was distracted to help Paul get the win. So Logan Paul, it was supposed to be Braun, it was supposed to be Bronson, and now it's Logan Paul.
Now it's Logan.
So that
it still ended up making sense.
Gets us to the chamber. All right. Favorite match from the chamber?
For me, it was Punk.
I go Punk and Balor, and then the women's chamber.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was really good.
AJ and Becky was weird at times.
Yeah.
Was rusty.
I was going to say, you can tell that AJ hasn't wrestled in front of... a singles match in that long.
This is her first singles match.
Yeah. But, yeah, I would say...
had its issues, but there were some spots that like up and down.
Yeah, it was up and down, but the women's chamber was actually not surprisingly really good, but it was just better than men's this time.
So they were in Chicago when the Elimination Chamber was Tiffany Stratton and Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Kiana James, Raquel Rodriguez. Match opened with Kiana and Tiffany?
I think so.
First of all, they booked Kiana James like we've never seen Kiana James.
Yeah.
They
Which
really
these matches are like made for those reasons.
Yeah, so they Kiana James has been booked with Julia kind of as her mouthpiece and like tag partner.
Yeah.
I know Kiana James can go because I watched her in NXT, but they hadn't done that really. When she first came up, she got hurt. She was a single star for a little bit, but she came out to me as one of the MVPs of the match.
Yeah. Well, she stood out from this match.
I thought that, yeah, like she was just like had a mean streak to her, you know.
Yeah. I think that always helps so much more.
Really well. Raquel was booked like dominant. She did a double pin.
Yeah. I feel like they've been doing a lot better with Raquel in the recent weeks too.
For sure, she's not
like if actually built her.
She's not a good baby face. I don't like her as a baby face.
Yes.
She was a heel and became a baby face in NXT naturally.
Yeah.
But when she first came out to the main roster, she was like smiling Raquel.
Yeah, that's not it.
But it came down to Rhea and Tiffany. And look, I'll be honest, I didn't pick Rhea winning.
Yeah, me neither.
But
I didn't think she needed it.
I don't see Jade winning.
Yeah.
Jade's run has been very disappointing.
They haven't done anything really with her. Like
I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's them or it's her or.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of times when WWE like gets a new champion, but it's someone else than like the usual. They don't know what to do with them once they're champion
because it wasn't planned. Because Tiffany got hurt.
Yeah, and that part as well. Yeah, like.
So obviously Rhea and Io lost the belts so that Rhea could.
Yeah.
Have the match.
Yeah.
I think Rhea will be able to get a good match out of Jade.
I think so, yeah.
Wasn't there something going on X with them?
Oh, were they tweeting?
Today? Yeah.
I feel like
backstage at WWE News in reaction to Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley's heated social media exchange.
Yeah. Heated.
What was...
I feel like also they keep saying that Jade is getting better in ring, but it's been like that for years. I feel like.
It says the interaction between the two heated up so rapidly to some the lines became blurred. Speculation began if the two actually escalated their jabs beyond the realms of what is considered appropriate. Was starting as an obvious work to build up their program took a serious turn when Jade Cargill mentioned that Rhea spends hours talking to creative. Heat says latest report on Jade Cargill. Heat says that it's all real. So what did you say? Where's the Twitter? Just give
Twitter.
It's reportedly a work that is also a shoot. Okay, just tell me what was said. Holy crap. I'm just spinning.
Oh, I mean.
Okay, Rhea wrote, not having fun, friends, learn to work and never lie, to defame someone's real human character by, quote-unquote, breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, don't break the fourth wall, apparently.
Yeah, so something on Rhea's story. But I don't know what Jade responded with. So what is the beef? Where?
I mean, we could always look it up later.
Okay, here it is. Jade Cargill going on Twitter. Rhea wrote, all you seem to do is talk, and that's literally it. Jade wrote, talk, like the hours you spend talking to creative. Rhea said, you're funny, that's funny. Now we know you really do be talking out of your ass because everything you say is bullshit. Don't spread lies on my name, you dumb B. And then she said, hit dogs will holler, holla, holla, holla. Okay, well, I don't know. It's not as exciting as I thought it would be, so that was a waste. All right, Rhea Ripley's going to Mania. Then we have Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, Women's Intercontinental Championship. There was a time with the DDT onto the chair, and then Becky's finisher. It was like the pump handle slam or whatever she does. That I thought AJ was going to lose, but AJ did not. Shortly after that, I think AJ hit her into the exposed turnbuckle that Becky undid herself, and then did her, was it Black Widow?
Yeah, Black Widow, right? Yeah.
And Becky
and then
Becky
did not
went
think
on
she
a
was
rant
going
on
to win.
Twitter for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Getting mad at Jessica Carr.
I really did not think AJ Lee was going to win this.
Yeah, you predicted last week that she would lose.
I was like, there's no way she's going to win.
Then we had CM Punk versus Finn. You want to talk about that entrance?
Yeah, the Michael Jordan-esque or inspired entrance, but they actually had the Chicago Bulls actual PA announcer doing it as well for Punk, and then it cut to his Cult of Personality. So
that's cool. That's the music that the Bulls would come out to.
Yeah, well, it was like when Michael Jordan came back from when he retired the first time in the NBA, and then he went to play baseball and came back. So it is like cool entrance, and it was like the last dance sort of thing.
Gotcha. So yeah, then his music hit. He came out in Blackhawks colors.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finn as a singles guy. I know where his story's leading. Did you watch Raw last night?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't see?
Oh, Dan Nelson.
You didn't see him on? He interacted with Dominic and Judgment Day.
Yeah, I saw that, and he got cursed.
We'll get to
Oh my god! I can't. Wait, we have to talk about that after this, right?
I think it happened after the Punk match, before the main event.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good match. I think.
Yeah.
Did you like it better than their first one?
Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen like this sort of Finn in a very long time.
I need Finn to be champ. Okay, I just.
He does. He needs to be champ.
I've been waiting 9 years now.
I know. I've always thought of him like he needs to be champ, and it's been so long, like years.
What was it, 2017? He won it for a day?
Yeah, for a day.
SummerSlam 2017.
Crazy.
Yeah. Punk ended up winning. Really good match. No Judgment Day interference. That was like the whole point. And that whole idea of not helping out leads into the Finn's next storyline. AJ would come out, celebrate with Punk, both holding their titles, and then they threw up the ones.
Yeah, threw up the ones. Did you see? So remember how was it Becky or Seth did that picture with the title belt covering them?
Yeah. So Punk. Then Becky had tweets about that. But yeah, Punk used in the Women's Intercontinental Championship as a brawl, and he went pantsless with his title. I mean, I don't know if he actually was, but they obviously were at their own home. They went from the Chicago arena to their house. Yeah. Then we had the main event. Men's Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams.
Wait, did we go over Danhausen?
Oh. The box.
The box, the mystery box.
It was a coffin in which a bunch of women Danhausens walked through, and then Danhausen, Chicago went, and the crowd goes mild. That's how Chicago. That crowd sucked.
And also, after like the lights went out, they booed when Danhausen was there.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was hilarious that
the box could have been worse.
Way worse.
He's not there to be serious.
Yeah, but like people
most
are
people
like
hate Danhausen now, but
Yeah. Well, like they'll see. I think they saw on like on Monday that they is actually pretty funny. But whenever there's a mystery box or mystery whatever, people always set the expectations like it has to be Jericho or it has to be whoever
Yeah, they put themselves
for them
up.
not to do it. So, but Danhausen was hilarious because I did not think that Danhausen would ever be in WWE.
Yeah, so I sent you this. Remember, it was like they're not ready for Danhausen versus Mr. Iguana or The Miz
Yeah.
or Jay
Yeah.
Uso or R-Truth or Joe Hendry.
Oh my god! Can you imagine the tag team of Danhausen and Mr. Iguana? It'd be amazing.
Danhausen and R-Truth.
Yeah,
Just
and also I
backstage.
know we'll cover this like next week too when Danhausen had a segment, but he said to Adam Pearce, he's like, I have a list of what is it? Danhausen demands. Danhausen and I don't know. He really mixed the words together, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. But
Yeah, fuck. What did he say? I was watching last night.
I know I was trying to think of.
Danhausen demands.
Yeah. You have to like look it up now. And he was like, I want to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. He was like, this year. I thought that was funny.
Triple H took a photo. He said, "Welcome to the big Danshausen." And then Danhausen wrote
The Manhausens.
the Manhausen. And then Danhausen wrote back, "Time to play the Gamehausen." Dude, I think it's fun. All right. Maybe I'm the minority in this. People were pissed.
It's just that the W audience is completely separate from any other wrestling
I thought
audience. They don't know.
Chicago might.
I mean, that shows you how much of a difference there really is between the two sets of audiences.
So maybe they really like this is just like the gobbledygook. Or like the egg. Yeah, the egg. That was the gobbledygook, right?
Yeah.
Also, isn't Danhausen like good friends with Punk?
He's very good friends with Punk, yeah.
That
was another reason people were like, Punk's bringing in, he brought Danhausen, Aleister Black,
Hobbs,
Miro, Hobbs. Hobbs, we haven't seen anywhere.
No, they keep showing his Stephanie interview, but
yeah,
they haven't brought him in.
Aleister Black either.
Hobbs could answer Brock's challenge.
Hobbs, that'd be crazy.
If that's going to be how they book him.
Yeah,
he's a big old hoss.
But like, where's Aleister Black?
Backstage with Randy.
Oh, okay.
I think trying to get Randy to turn bad.
Oh, he's back to that.
Cody better turn bad. Let's get to it.
Cody better.
The Chamber. Said Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, LA Knight, Logan Paul. Javon Evans' spot was lackluster. It was a bad frog splash off the top of the cage. The crowd did not care. LA Knight botched an elbow in which Randy Orton was caught laughing.
That was funny. He was like rolling over, he's smiling. He was like, "Oh God."
LA Knight, he did the whole thing where he jumps up onto the ropes and does the elbow. And said he slipped, and then he just jumped and did an elbow. Logan Paul eliminated like 3 people.
I was like, why?
He stole some of the pins, but
yeah, but it was still him.
So a masked man came in.
Masked man.
It was really a distracted masked man, so that the real masked man could come in. When the real masked man came in, obviously doing Seth Rollins moves, it was Seth Rollins. Happy he's back. I guess he's babyface again.
Yeah, because he's going against the Vision.
Obviously, it was supposed to be Braun Breaker who took Punk out, or took Rollins out.
Yeah.
The spot was for that to set up Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins, and now it's fucking Logan Paul, who wasn't even in the Vision when he got kicked out of it.
No, there's no storyline crossover.
There was no theory. There was no Logan after Rollins got taken out by Braun. Yeah. So I guess are we getting him versus Logan again?
I guess so. I mean, I think it's more of a like they'll try to phrase it as like him against Paul Heyman, and Logan is the guy that he has.
Considering what happened on Raw.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Considering what happened overall.
Okay, so the Masked Men, both of them, found out my friend Corey told me, are from the Black and Brave Academy.
Oh,
And if people don't know, that's Seth Rollins' wrestling school. So
yeah.
that's why I was like, can't say where they're from or who they are until we reveal who the real Masked Man is.
That's a cool way to do it too, because if anyone did look it up, it gives them clues.
Yeah. I don't know how you would look it up without a name, but
I don't know. Like,
someone would have had to recognize him.
Yeah, yeah.
So after that, it came down to Cody and Randy. Drew shortly after interfered. Randy and Cody take out Drew, and as soon as Drew's down, Randy hits Cody with an RKO. Randy Orton wins the chamber. Dude, if this doesn't make Cody go heel, I don't know what is.
They have to turn him, right?
I just don't see the match being just Drew and Randy.
No.
We did that
Cody
during the pandemic.
Yeah, but also then, like, how would they even work it in with Cody if he's still face, like, into that match?
Cody, Drew, Randy, Jacob. Yeah, Drew's been attacking all of them. So that's the
true.
connection.
Yeah, because then what does Jacob
be like, do? You know what? You're getting all of them.
Yeah.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
The other guy, Jacob Fatu doesn't also have a match. Like another person who doesn't have a match.
Four-way gets all the guys in.
Yeah, he gets them all in.
Who takes the pin?
It would be Jacob Fatu. Because they always put it on the lesser.
You can't hurt Randy.
You can't hurt Randy, and
no,
I would feel bad.
Wouldn't hurt him, is what I mean.
Oh, you're saying okay. Yeah, well, like if Cody is heel, or if he turns more heel during that match, he could pin Randy. And then that's the first feud between Cody as a champion again, but as a heel, and Randy.
Or The Rock finally takes his soul. So I told you, Cody.
I want your soul.
I told you I'd get that soul. Get that little boy's soul.
That little...
Gotta take a troll toll. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I liked it overall.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it wasn't like the best chamber one, but I still think it was better than the...
really good. One chamber was very good.
Yeah, yeah. I think this was better than most PLEs they had this year so far. Or in the past few months. Rumble, which was okay, I thought.
Rumble's hard to do. They've done it bad, but it's hard to.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad. It was just like okay, but this one I felt like it was a little bit better. I don't know how many it's going to be though.
I didn't see the winners. I didn't see it being them.
I know that's also
that Tiffy was going to just face Jade again.
Yeah, I thought that. I didn't think AJ was going to win. I mean, Punk was the only one who we were both like, yeah, he's going to win. But then the men's chamber as well. I was
praying Cody wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
But when we did, I was wrong. I mean, I thought Brock Lesnar was going to attack LA Knight and take his spot. But
do you think this helps the road to WrestleMania now? Because it doesn't felt like Mania season.
Who's the Intercontinental Champion?
Well, from last night.
No. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an Intercontinental Championship match.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. So who does he face? Without saying who it is. Because we know who Finn's going to face.
Yeah.
It's obvious. And then hopefully Finn breaks off and goes single again.
Right. I don't know. LA Knight.
Dude, just fitting him into any storyline.
To put him in everything. I don't know.
It had to be someone on Raw, right?
Yeah.
And I think obviously the Americanos, maybe Mask versus Mask.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could be one of them. Or wait, you're saying they face each other at WrestleMania?
Yeah. Yeah, Mask versus Mask.
I don't know. Does Penta even make it on the card?
I'm waiting for Lucha Bros to happen.
I've been wanting, because WWE, that'd be crazy to see them in WWE.
Oh, that's
They're
a
so
that,
good.
by the way, that AJ said he never got to do that he wanted to do was Penta.
What? Oh, Penta. He never wrestled Penta?
At least he said they were talking about it in WWE, but no, I don't think so. I think when Penta was getting big, like AJ was in WWE. He's been there like 10 years.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It doesn't feel like it at all.
When you first started
Oh.
hearing about Penta, it was like
It was,
Because
well,
it's
for me, it
Pentagon
was like
Junior,
Lucha
right?
Underground.
Well, yeah, but
That's when it got really big.
was he Pentagon Junior in Lucha Underground? Chelsea
think so,
Green
yeah.
says one of her best matches was against Penta.
Yeah, no, that was a great match.
Yeah, she
They
said
beat the shit out of
helped
each
her,
other.
Yeah. Io had
But no,
matches
he was. I mean, he was
WWE.
really big in Mexico before any of it. Anyways,
Yeah.
he was kind of like Mystico, like how big he is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, then he just came to.
You know who's just plummeted? I don't hear shit about Vikingo.
Yeah, he's in AAA, right?
Do you think he became a
Well,
like they forced him down their throat?
Well, yeah, it was like that, I should say, because they boo him and he's a heel now, actually in
He is
Mexico.
now? Okay.
Yeah, because I was watching one of the AAA episodes, and I think he's still fighting for the title against Dom.
So
But they all cheered Dom,
Yeah.
and then boo Vikingo.
I think
So
I think Dom has a title defense and Balor costs him.
oh, over there. Yeah, that was good. There's also the El Grande Americanos. They like the Ludwig gets cheered in Mexico compared to Chad Gable. It gets like booed like crazy.
Chad gets booed?
And, yeah, he gets booed like crazy over there because he's like, it's an American one.
Well, also, Ludwig is very good at Spanish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he like talks like a Mexican basically there.
They're both great. I love Ludwig and
yeah,
Gable.
but then it's like the opposite reversed over here because Chad Gable gets cheered.
Yeah.
And then Ludwig gets booed.
Interesting.
But yeah.
But that does it for us. That was episode 204. You and me hit an hour because we literally hit every segment.
We did.
But catch us next week for episode 205.
You have been